Rule 1. The 5-second countdown. You know that goalkeeper who picks up the ball, walks to the edge of his box, bounces it 3 times, looks left, looks right, checks the scoreline, and then finally kicks it? That ends at this World Cup. If a referee thinks a player is deliberately wasting time on a throw-in or goal kick, he raises his hand and starts a 5-second countdown. The ball isn't in play. Before that countdown ends, you lose possession. For throw-ins, the ball goes to the other team. For goal kicks, a corner is awarded to the opponents. This puts enormous pressure, especially on goalkeepers. You're already dealing with a high press, your team is defending a lead, and now you have 5 seconds to make a decision or hand the other team a corner. The margin for hesitation is gone. Rule 2, the 10-second substitution rule. We've all seen it. Your team is winning 1-0, 87th minute. The opponent makes a substitution. The player being taken off suddenly forgets how to walk. He's moving in slow motion toward the touchline like he has all the time in the world. That tactic is dead. Once a player is called to be substituted, he has exactly 10 seconds to reach the nearest exit on the touchline. If he doesn't make it in time, his replacement has to wait at least a full minute before entering, and only at the next stoppage. This was already tested in a real match. In a Japan versus Iceland friendly, Iceland conceded a late goal directly because their substituted player didn't leave the field in time. It cost them in an actual game. So this isn't theoretical. This is something that will decide real moments at this World Cup. Rule 3, injured players must wait 1 minute. Fake injuries are one of the most annoying things in football. A player goes down, gets treatment for 90 seconds, and then miraculously sprints back into position like nothing happened. FIFA has had enough of it. Under the new rule, any player who receives off-field treatment must wait a minimum of 1 minute before returning to the pitch. Doesn't matter if the injury is real or fake. You go off, you wait. The only exceptions are goalkeeper injuries, collisions involving the goalkeeper, severe injuries, or if the injured player was about to take a penalty. Those situations are handled separately. Everyone else waits. Rule 4, red card for covering your mouth. This is the most dramatic rule of the tournament, and it comes directly from one specific incident. Earlier this year in the Champions League, Vinicius Jr. was involved in a confrontation with Benfica's Prestiani. Prestiani covered his mouth while saying something to Vinicius during the argument. That moment became a full discrimination investigation. Prestiani was eventually banned for 6 matches, a suspension that carried over into the World Cup. FIFA looked at that incident and made a rule out of it. Any player who covers their mouth with their hand, arm, or shirt during a confrontational situation, an argument, a dispute, a face-off with an opponent, gets a red card. No warning, straight red. The one exception is friendly conversation. If you're talking quietly to a teammate from the opposing national team and you cover your mouth so cameras can't lip read you, that's fine. The moment it becomes a confrontation, it's over. Red card, you're gone. Rule 5. VAR gets 3 new powers. VAR has always had gaps, moments where it technically couldn't step in even when something was clearly wrong. FIFA has now closed 3 of those gaps. First, second yellow cards can now be reviewed. Previously, VAR had no authority over them. Now, if a second yellow is clearly wrong, or if it was given to the wrong player by mistake, VAR can step in and overturn it. Second, VAR can now check for fouls that happen before a set piece is taken. So if an attacker shoves a defender before a corner is even kicked, VAR can flag it, recommend an on-field review, and the referee can take action. This is massive for teams that have built their entire game around winning set pieces. 1 block, 1 push before the ball is in play, and the whole thing gets canceled. Third, incorrectly awarded corners can now be corrected by VAR as long as the correction can happen immediately without delaying the restart. Rule 6. AI offside technology. How many times have you celebrated a goal, then waited 3 minutes while VAR drew a line across someone's armpit? The new AI offside system is designed to end that. It uses multiple cameras and real-time player tracking data to make offside calls in seconds, not minutes. It was already tested at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar and the 2024 Club World Cup. Now it runs across all 104 matches of this tournament. Faster decisions, more accurate lines, less of that agonizing wait where you're not sure if your goal is going to stand. Rule 7. Mandatory hydration breaks. This one is simple. The 2026 World Cup is being played in June and July across the United States, Mexico, and Canada. Cities like Miami, Houston, and Dallas are going to be brutally hot. Every half will now have a mandatory 3-minute hydration break. The timing is at the referee's discretion, but it happens every half, no exceptions. It's a player welfare decision. FIFA doesn't want players collapsing from heat exhaustion on the world's biggest stage. Rule 8, new group stage tiebreaker. This one changes how teams think about every single group game. In previous World Cups, if two teams were level on points, the first tiebreaker was goal difference. Teams could afford to lose one game and then destroy a weaker opponent to make up the difference. That logic no longer works. In 2026, the first tiebreaker is head-to-head result, meaning the direct result between the two teams that are level. After that, it's head-to-head goal difference, then head-to-head goals scored. Only if teams are still completely even after all of that does overall goal difference come into play. What this means in practice, the game you play directly against your group rival matters more than anything else. You can't drop points against them and paper over it later. That result follows you.